Hi, this is Steve here in my workshop. Today, I'm going to be doing some annual maintenance here in my workshop. And this is about the middle of November. Usually between now and New Year's is when I do my annual maintenance in my workshop. And I thought I'd have you go around and watch me so you can see what things I do annually here in my workshop to make sure that I can use my shop with equipment and enjoy the process when I'm doing it. So the first thing I do each year, at least once a year, is look at the safety in my workshop. And we're going to start right here with my fire extinguisher. You notice I make sure that my fire extinguisher is right here near the exit doorway, that it is current, that the tag on it, that I've checked it. Here I've got it marked November of 2024, that says it's full, and so that I know that it's up to date. So that's my first safety item. The second safety item I do here is on the other side of my workshop, and that's my first aid kit. And of course, that's prominently displayed here in my workshop. It's easy to access. I go in here and I make sure that, and I check all my bandages, see if any of them are low, that I need to replace them, see if I need to replace any supplies. This happens to be my antibiotic cream. I check the expiration date on that, and this expires, if I could read it there, looks like it will expire in 2027. So that's still good. So I'll put that back up there. So that's the second thing I do on safety. All right. The next thing I make sure is my exit, that it's clear, that I can easily, that there's nothing obstructing that exit, that I can get through there easily. So if there's an emergency, I need to get out of my workshop, that I can quickly and easily exit out of my workshop in case there is an emergency. Okay, so the next thing I look at is my entire shop. You notice that has no clutter on it. So if you look around, follow me around the workshop, see that I've removed everything from my workshop. By that, I mean I've put it away so that I don't have any projects sitting in here, cluttering up the space. If you notice over here on my workbench itself, it's clear. I don't have anything on my workshop, that I've cleaned it all off so that I can actually use it. And many of you probably have projects stored on there. Get your projects out of your workshop. Have another place to put them. So you can leave the camera where it is. I'll be right back. I'm just hanging up this miter gauge that I forgot. So go around the workshop, making sure everything is put away. So you notice up here I have my lumber storage up here. I don't have it cluttering around the workshop. I also have another place where I store my lumber. Coming around here as the workshop, as for cleanliness, we come over here in the corner here. One of the things I'll be doing is I'll be taking some cleanser and I'll scour out my sink, get my counters all cleaned up, make sure that's all clean. Then here on the floor, if you see the floor, I've swept the floor, but it's got a few stains on it. So I'll be going around looking for stains, and I'll be mopping and cleaning the floor. You see I've got some stains down here. I'll be cleaning those up, get my workshop all spick and span. I will also go around and vacuum dust, because dust will have accumulated in your workshop. For example, I know that up on this ledge up here, there'll be a bunch of dust up there. I'll vacuum that off, and other spaces to get my workshop all cleaned up. Next thing is organization. I go around my workshop and I make sure that everything's actually put away. Now, how do I know if something's not put away? Well, I can see there's a hook here with nothing on it. So either that's not put away, or at one time I was storing something there and I've changed and I'm not storing it anymore. Now I happen to know that that's the case, so I'm going to remove that hook because I don't store anything there in that space anymore. And coming around over here, I don't see any vacant spaces there. I don't see any under here. Looking at this wall over here, I don't see any that are vacant here. Everything looks fine on this wall here. So I'm just walking around the room looking at all the walls, see if there's anything that's not put away. And here I see a hook right here. I remember I used to keep one of these over here, which I don't anymore, so I'm going to take that hook out. All right, then, so after I make sure that everything is put away, I check my supplies. Do I need to replace anything? So I look through all my bins here. If I'm getting it low on anything that I need to replace. So for example, I can see here I'm almost out of 1 1/4 drywall nails. I don't use them very often, but I like to have some around in case I need to do some minor drywall work. 12D finish nails. I don't use those very often. I'm out of those. I probably ought to get a few of those in that bin. Okay, so looking around, see if there's anything else I need to replenish as I look around my workshop. I've got my biscuits here, so I'm okay on those. And so now I'll come over here on this wall over here. Here I have some bins for some screws and things. I'll go through my drawers here, see if I need to want to replace any particular items. I got some carriage bolts there. I've got some wing nuts in here. I just go through these bins and see if there's any of these that I want to replace in there as well. So that takes care of going through, checking all the supplies in my workshop. Then the last thing I want to do, I want to check and see, do I need to sharpen anything? Is there anything that I need to sharpen? So I'll go around, I'll start here with my saw blades. Check all my saw blades, see, do any of them need to be cleaned? Is there any pitch or buildup on any of these that I need to clean? And I'll clean those. I'll check the teeth. Are any of the teeth broken or chipped or gone? Or do I need to sharpen any of these blades? If so, I'll take everything that needs to be sharpened at once and I'm going to send out, and I'll send it out all at once. And I'll do that once a year. So after checking all my blades here, the other things I'm going to check for sharpening is I'm going to come over here and I will look in my shaper cutters. And I'm sorry, actually these are the molding cutters. Here's in the shaper cutters over here. But I'll check both of them, see if are there any of those that need to be sharpened. And if they are, then I'll pull out my stones and my oil and I'll sharpen those by hand, any of those that need to. Now if I try to keep up with it as I do these. So when I need them, I usually sharpen them, make sure they're sharp when I put them back again. So I just double check and see, are there any of these that need to be sharpened? I'll sharpen those by hand. And then lastly over here for sharpening, I'm going to check through my drill bits, my hole saws, my brad point bits, my Forstner, all of those. I'm going to check all of those, see are there any of those that need to be sharpened. Now some of them I'll sharpen by hand, others I may decide to just send them out and have a professional shop do that for me. So that's what I do once a year in my workshop, and you'll have a much more enjoyable experience working in your shop throughout the year if you do this annual maintenance once a year, and you want to do it in a slow time when you've got time to do it. For me, between now and New Year's is a slow time for me and a good time for me to go through and take care of all those actions. So if you use this process, you'll enjoy using your shop. An organized and a clean shop, I've never known anybody yet that doesn't love working in a clean, organized shop. So you'll do better work if you do that. All right. Well, enjoy your holidays, and thanks for watching.